Oh, hi, kids. Sorry. I've got 100,000 things going on here at once. We've got a crazy-ass big show for you tonight. And right when I hit live, I should have double-checked. Bondzee, what kind of professional are you? My boy, the guest, is having a problem with the link I'm sending him. And this is a pretty big deal. So listen, we're going to have to take care of it. I'll do the opening. Then I'm gonna take a second. We're gonna play Taiwan Cruising just for a second. It's my son's new video that just dropped. Whilst that's playing, just need a quick timeout to talk to Phil. Phil, you say? Who's Phil? Phil Demers, one of the greatest animal activists in the entire world. He's been compared and called the Kanye of animal activists. Anyways, it's Bondzee Live on Tripping with Bondzee, everybody. Welcome on my YouTube channel, also on the Dean Blundell Network. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You guys really do look sexy tonight. I know me because this huge interview, I spent a plethora of time today. I did my nose hairs. I did my eyebrows again. Couple of wanderers, you know. Bye-bye. What else? I trimmed up everywhere and tried to look my best. Because a big show tonight. And I know lots of people are going to be watching. Like I said, it's Bondzee Live. Huge guest, Phil Demers. They call him the Walrus Whisperer. Guy's amazing. Been on Joe Rogan. Been on Mike Tyson's podcast. Dean's interviewed him. And now he's sunk to the level of Bondzee. It doesn't matter, though. We're still, because of you guys, you and you too, that he's agreed to come on because, listen, I've got a bit of a following now, thanks to you sexy bastards. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in and watching Bondzee Live week after week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I highly recommend you go check it out on Trippin' with Bondzee on YouTube. That would do me such a great favor because then the watch hours go up and then Bondzee gets to start making some bank. All right, so it's all about the bank, isn't it? At the end of the day, folks, you want to make money. I want to make money. So please go watch on Bondzee Live, Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube. It's so easy. Go on there, search Tripping with Bondzee. Oh, there he is. Subscribe. Hit that little likey button thingy, and we'll be off to the races. And I'll see you there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 if you're out in Cali, like I am. Or in Vancouver, where Glassy is, the producer of the show. Doing a great job, that guy. Really proud of him. Yeah, so let's hey Brad, thank you so much for joining the show. It is Bondzee Live. We are in California. Great guest, like I said. Teresa Nolan, thank you so much for watching from Aurelia. Brad, I forget where Kingston area is, Brad. And everybody else that's tuned in. Give me a hot minute. I'm gonna do a little self-promotion, play my son's video. Just I gotta make sure Phil gets on the show. That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what y'all want to see. You don't want to see this. I can't see it anytime. He's always hammering somewhere, isn't he? Anyways, Glassy hit it, and I will text my boy Phil. Thank you. Roger Reek, thank you. You're amazing. It was supposed to be like any other day, making deliveries. Until.
Hi.
Wow.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry. We delivery for Ali Rose?
Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. That's my personal favorite. I hope you enjoy it.
Can't wait to try it. Thank you.
Awesome. If you need any other recommendations, just feel free to ask.
Great, thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Ride around the city, windows down, catch a vibe. If I ain't smoking, then I'm already high. Take off to the stars, how I'm feeling when I ride. I'm in LA and I'm feeling quite right. I can't lie, I'm on 1, I'm on 10. I roll 1, I roll 10. I know they down, but they down, know I'ma get it. Yeah, I got the vision, I wanna be second guessing. Ever since a young and I call this and now I live it. Never needed no permission, I'm doing just what I please. I'm always top on the business, I'm doing this shit with ease, living dreams. I be cruising, yeah, I do this, it ain't nothing to me. Roll another ladder, know the rich is how I do it. I ain't tripping on the business, I'ma get it done. Young and I be getting started, look at what I done. I be cruising, yeah, I do this, it ain't nothing to me. Roll another ladder, know the rich is how I do it. I ain't tripping on the business, I'ma get it done. Young and I be getting started, look at what I done. This ain't no mistake, chances all I take. Risk in the heart, that ain't something you can fake. See me living large, but my family made a way. Getting straight baked while I'm riding in LA. Sun shining through the palm trees. If you know me, you can catch me blowing bomb weed. Never settle till I get it, I'm in arm's reach. The way I get it, they gon' think I'm being on breach. It's just me, motherfucker, and I'm all heat. And no fear when I'm in it, I be all in. If it's clear, this ain't nothing yet, I just begun. And you can see it in my eyes, I be the one. I be cruising, yeah, I do this, it ain't nothing to me. Roll another ladder, know the rich is how I do it. I ain't tripping on the business, I'ma get it done. Young and I be getting started, look at what I done. I be cruising, yeah, I do this, it ain't nothing to me. Roll another ladder, know the rich is how I do it. I ain't tripping on the business, I'ma get it done. Young and I be getting started, look at what I done. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we go. Got it. And we also got my boy in the background. So, phew, disaster and right at perfect timing, too. I hope you all enjoyed that video. That's Cruising by my son, Ty Bond. Just filmed that in LA, I think four months ago or so. Anyways, he's doing killer. Love that kid. Go check him out on his YouTube channel. And that's Ty Bond. And he's killing it. He's got some great other videos, too. Dripping, as well as peace. You'll love it. So thank you, everybody, for joining. We got Sheeple Shepherd podcast. Amazing. He says that production in the video is fire. Yeah, it sure is. Gwendolyn's in the house. Love Gwen. She says, hey, Bondzee, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a second. Sherelle MacArthur says, so good. Ty Bond, hashtag Ty Bond on repeat. You betcha. Go check him out, everybody. Rain Forte says, how can I watch? Is it on YouTube? Yeah, dude, go do YouTube. Tripping with Bondzee. It'll pop right up and there's the show. Yeah, so go get it. And Roger again said right before we were played that video, he says thank you for watching, Roger, and he says, Bondzee, you're amazing. Listen, folks, we do have a great show. Phil Demers is in the background. We're going to get to him in about 2 minutes, maybe 5. I've been known to talk a little bit at the beginning of a show, and everybody's dying to know what's going on with Bondzee. How you feeling, fella? So listen, quick story if you don't know, I got vaccinated 3 weeks ago tomorrow. And ever since, my life has been a living hell. At least I can laugh about it, but I haven't been laughing. No joke, for about 2.5+ weeks. The left side of my body, more so my upper, my left arm, my neck and shoulder have been in the most excruciating pain one could ever imagine in their lives. And at first I thought, okay, it's just going to go away. You know, no big deal. Everybody's had a bit of pain. I've heard up to 7 to 10 days. Well, when it gets up to 14 and plus, I was getting really upset. And especially this weekend, folks, I had no word of a lie. It's probably the worst 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, laid in bed from the second I got up to pee, let the dog out. But then I had to lay down the entire day. If I was upwards, vertical, as they say, in the big boy terms, I was in excruciating pain. And I was pissed off. I'm like, how can this be? Like, seriously. You get the vaccine, you do the right thing, and I'm sitting here and I'm dying? Like literally the pain was so intense. And I was like, wow. Everybody's like, oh, I was getting a wah-wahs from some people, especially some yentas named Chrissy or whatever the hell her name is. Captain Forehead. Anyways, people don't know the amount of time. I've literally spent 2.5, almost 3 weeks in bed. And it's not fun. I don't do bed well. I need action. I need out. I was going to the gym for almost 2 months straight. And then all of a sudden, couldn't even think, can't even lift a cup of coffee with my left, let alone going to the gym to lift weights and run. Anyways, folks, I am thrilled to announce after almost 3 weeks of hell, a weekend of hell, even had to come home early from the neighbors last night. My boys, Roger, watching football. They had me over for dinner again. I couldn't stay. Sitting in the chair was the utmost worst pain. And I had to come home. And I came home and I yelled at myself. We had an angry heart to heart, if you will. And I said, if you wake up like this motherfucker tomorrow, we're going to have a serious problem. I'm sick and tired of this. Sick and tired of being in this much pain. Let's go. We got shit to do. Anyways, lo and behold, I don't know if it's coincidence or what, or, I've been on this regiment of some natural shit, plus the shot and stuff the doctor gave me the other day. Maybe it's all coming, we're getting back to normal. I am proud to announce I have been pain-free today. No bursts of absolute agony pain. It's there. I could feel it. We're a little stiff and numb, but no pain. So, fingers crossed, folks, that I'm on we're doing a 180 and off we go to the races. Gwen says, I just heard from someone that they had the Johnson & Johnson vax and they were like that for 3 months. Shit. Yeah, scary. I hope it's turned around. And in my mindset, that's where we're going. Ain't going back. It's been so only 4-8 says right effing on. Jeremy Sasbo, thank you so much for watching the show as well. Brad Hopper, scissors or electric trimmer, Bondzee. And you got to be really careful when you're doing your eyebrows because you can right fuck up and then you're in big trouble. Imagine it all. But then you can always, isn't it that thing in the world right now? Like, as some of these people are shaving like lines into their eyebrows, their heads. The head's always been a thing, but I don't know. And it's a fine line thing too, because I like the 420. It's no secret. So you're like, you got to be real careful up there. Anyways, folks, let's get. I don't want to keep them waiting too long. We'll kind of do the show in a reverse order tonight because Philip has been super kind enough to accept a last minute request this morning to join me on Bondzee Live. I had a back out. Woke up to a text this morning. A 3-hour difference from California to well, I was gonna say Canada, but it's not so true. From Ontario, Canada, and so I just shot out a message to Phil because motherfucker's doing a great thing, and he's just fighting a good fight. Anyways, I'm just trying to get to my notes here and killing time before, and they are right because I have a million questions for Phil, but I don't want to keep them all night either. So without further ado, let's get to it. Phil, Demers, the Walrus Whisperer.
Can you hear
man?
me?
Can you hear me all right? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you great.
Perfect. You've got to have a trimmer too, mister, to have a beard that nice and fancy and clean cut. Or are we scissors?
I sharpened my lines yesterday, and then I shaved my head today. I've got like a bit of an off day schedule. So what I'll do is I'll do a trim. I'll do like a number here and then a number here on an electric shaver. But this I do with scissors because I don't like the hairs that curl upward. So I'll do an individual attack on this. Yeah. But the rest is more of a shotgun, manual thing.
The ladies have no idea how much fellas with a little facial hair go into trying to make look good for the ladies. You know what I mean?
It takes me 6 full minutes.
Enough, yeah. Well, how about it? And so, do you always go with a shaved head, or are you?
I take it. No, I take it straight to the wood. Every other day, I'll do. I'll rarely go more than 3 days. I'm just I'm most comfortable with it down to the wood.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. Well, it's funny because when the pandemic hit, I was bald as cue ball too, and then you weren't allowed to go to the barbers, if you will, and I was doing my own anyway, so I shouldn't say it wasn't even an excuse, but I just kind of let it grow, and we're almost. a year and 8 months, and I got some flow back there. Not so much up top, Phil, but I got a nice little flow at the back. Yeah, for sure. Oh man, well, Phil, listen, I can't thank you enough for joining me on Bondzee Live, on the Trippin' with Bondzee on YouTube, and the Dean Blundell Network. Who you're familiar with, Dean? He did a great interview with Dean, by the way. I think that was a couple months ago now.
I have to watch sometimes when I talk with Dean. I tend to get a little bit angry. I get fired up. I think he knows how to push my buttons because the guy's. I know what he's up to. I know what he's up to sometimes. And
he's been at it for 20 years. He's good at what he does. Now, lucky with me, I'm not going to call myself a rookie anymore because I've been around for we're at this almost 2 years now. But I love interviewing people, and it was a real treat to get you on the show today. So I know you're a busy dude. You're a fighter, man. You got lots going on. So for you to take the time out to come on my show, it's beyond thankful, my friend.
Dude, it's a pleasure. Any opportunity I get to speak, I take it.
So let's get right into it. All the hard work and effort that you put into these animals and stuff, and to free these poor animals, has to be commended. We have to start the show by that. You are a special human being. Says Phil, can't thank you enough. Yeah, it's exactly what I've seen some serious stuff with my job, but the stuff you deal with truly guts me. Can't say enough for all you do and have done. Thank you. That's from a great listener, Brad Hopper.
What?
It must be tough, dude. Because listen, well, let's go to the beginning. You started at Marineland in 2000, correct?
Yes.
And you were a teenager? You were a pretty young fella when you started there.
I was 22, but I probably had the mentality of a 15 or 16-year-old.
So how does one get a job at Marineland and jump right into dealing with animals? Because even back when I was a kid, and I dated a girl in my early teens, and I think our sister worked at Marineland. Snowy? Does that last name ring a bell?
It doesn't.
No. But it was always one of those things where we were fascinated by trainers of these dolphins and whales, and you and walrus got the most amazing camaraderie with these animals. They love them. It must have been an amazing. How does one get into that job in the first place?
So in my particular case, I fell completely ass backwards into it. I went to school for audio engineering and multimedia post-production, which in 2000 was like a fancy thing, but 6 months later would become a free download. Nonetheless, that and a scuba license on my resume was enough for Marineland to say, hey, we'll give you the job. I'll
take you on.
I again, back in 2000, it wasn't a question of, you weren't applying for jobs by pushing buttons on a phone. You were typing up a resume and showing up. Marineland had a big, you wouldn't know it, but Marineland's trainers, there was a big turnover rate. People generally didn't stay at the job for terribly long. If they had,
really,
well, if you were young enough, you probably had, and you had a good head on your shoulders, you probably had like educational endeavors to pursue. So you were there for the most part for bigger, better things. I didn't have a very long vision. I always had sort of a short vision. I thought I had the best job in the world. I did ultimately fall ass backwards into it. They just said, there's a big turnover rate, and you owned an iguana, so you got plenty of experience with wild animals. So let's size you up for boots. And there I was.
That's wild. So you never really had an aspiration to go swimming with the dolphins or whales or walruses and stuff?
Not whatsoever. No, it never crossed my mind.
Wow. It's fascinating. So we get into it. You start in 2000. You're working away. Now, how soon before you get into this special relationship that, there's no question about it. For the people that have seen the documentary, and this is Smooshi. Where in your job did you automatically walk right into a job with Smooshi, and he became kind of you were his handler, or how did this all happen?
No, she came to us. She was wild caught from Russia. So she came. She had just been recently separated from her mother through some, you can imagine just how traumatic the experience of trying to separate a baby walrus from a mother is. And here she was, dropped off with, at the time we were bringing in rounds of walruses. As some would come in, one or two would die, we'd replace them. And Smooshi come in with another one. And it was when we received them that we were going to do a health assessment. So we were going to sink a needle into their spine, draw some blood, and get an assessment done, send it out to a lab. So we were doing this procedure on another baby that had come in, and while we were wrestling that baby down, the Smooshi was becoming frantic. She started to like wrestle people around. It became kind of a crazy scene.
Wow.
So I just elected to break away from the pack, and I put my hands in front of her face, and somehow in that exact moment, anomalously, again, this is not something that happens ever. I use the word scientific anomaly because it is I suppose, a needle in a haystack, a lottery win, however you want to chalk it up, however you want to call it. It's something that doesn't happen very often. But in that moment, her brain circuitry at 2 years of age opened up, and I became her mother.
Wow. Literally, though, like you can, I mean, just the pictures alone, Glassy, throw up a couple more there. You can just see, like, I'm no animal expert or nothing, bro, but I have 2 eyes, and that thing loves you. I didn't mean to call it a thing. I don't mean to be rude. Smooshi, like, loved you.
I could do anything with that.
That's got to be an amazing feeling, isn't it, though, dude? And so how soon into the relationship did she think you were on? Pretty quickly, or?
So what I would suggest of when you say how amazing that must have been, I would say, well, when you say, how is it, Phil, that you endure as long as a battle that you have, I would say that how majestic that relationship is the fuel for my fight. So if you're going to try to understand how deeply this affected me, you'll have to appreciate just how far we've come since, Marineland and I separated ties.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we're going to work our way into all that. Your relationship with Smoochie takes off, and not only does it take off between you and Smoochie, and she thinks you're your mom, and it's special, dude. And it didn't go, it went almost viral around the world. You ended up on Jimmy Kimmel, a bunch of other shows. I mean, the national and CBC section, and, you get leave, correct? From Greenland, it was 2012, because of additions that you were dealing with this animal that you loved. After this, being on TV and you're getting all this attention, and you guys have this amazing relationship, Phil, it must have been devastating for you to make that decision to leave Marineland and essentially leave Smooshi, right? Can you take me through the thought process, knowing what's going to happen if you leave, but knowing what's going to happen if you stay? I'm fascinated.
That's a conversation that you have with yourself over a number of times, of all the times you almost pull the trigger, if you will. But the final straw was such that I'd realized that there was no way that staying at Marineland was going to benefit the animals in any way, shape, or form anymore, and that would make me part of the problem. So whereas prior to that, I could say that at least my presence there was beneficial to the animals, in a weighted, more beneficial way than my being gone. When I'd resolved that it was time to actually speak out, that's when it had occurred to me that I have to leave. So I didn't really want to leave. It was the process of being broken down over a long period of time where the decision ultimately gets made for you. And it doesn't hurt that Smooshi the walrus at the time was being affected by, really awful conditions. So, being that our relationship was so tight, I'm witnessing an animal suffer in an insufferable way. And it's inexcusable and it's unnecessary. And, try to stomach that. And how long can you stomach that before you decide, well, if I stay here and this animal dies, my resolve to leave becomes that of a disgruntled employee, someone who, did something as a consequence of, and, Marineland might have had the foresight to fire me or something if we'd ever gotten too far at odds. I'd resolve that the best way that I can maintain both credibility and that I can sleep at night is if I leave now and just endeavor to speak for the animals and see what becomes of life.
Wow, fascinating, dude. Such a crazy decision, and it must have broke your heart because you knew you weren't going to be with Smoochie every day, but dude, you were also being bullied pretty hard. Let's not kid a kidder, right? By human resources and the owners of Marineland, right? So they pretty much forced you out, right?
No, I wouldn't say that they forced me out. I would say that all signs indicated that at some point I would be made to be out.
Yeah.
And again, I prefer to make decisions on my own. I'm not going to leave it up to you to decide what becomes of me. So
yeah,
the
signs
signs were pointing to me. The signs were pointing, and it's not just those signs. It's not just I'm about to get fired. It's more else. It's also and more so. Everything that I swore that if this happened, I would do something about happened. How long can you live with yourself if you constantly approach that hurdle and you go to jump it like you said you would, and you don't, and then you don't again, and then you don't again. So it becomes a question of, how long does your patience wear? And in my case, as you can imagine, it was just a little bit more of a gut wrenching sort of experience.
Sleepless nights. I mean, you're not going to get to do this and every day anymore, and that had to be hard. How hard was it on Smoochie? Like, did you get at first when you left? Were you welcome back to come and see Smoochie whenever you wanted to, or was it a thing where when you left, they were like, "You ain't coming back, bro"?
No. So it should be noted that when I left, it was with the agreement that I could still come back to help any animal, but explicitly Smooshi, which Marineland they themselves had expressed, and so we had to come to an agreement that would be the case. In fact, 1 week after I quit, a dolphin, 1 week after I quit, a dolphin had stopped eating, and the owner himself had told the veterinarian, call Phil in. So I got called. I went in. We administered some Valium, and the dolphin started to eat. I left, and so I felt as though maybe Marineland was going to make good with that relationship. But I'd been gone for a month at that. Sometime later, and that had been the longest that Smoosh and I had ever been separated. And I tried to prepare for her for my separation, and I wouldn't have left if I didn't have some confidence that I could. There was some concerns with our separation that needed to be addressed, but I consciously did so before I'd left. And so when I did decide one day to go back, they weren't letting me into the park. And I don't recall a part of our agreement that said that I would have to fight a security guard to go see my walrus. So right before I was about to give him the old 1-2, the owner's son happened to see me and put his arm around me and say, Phil, you're family. And he escorted me into the park. And that's when the veterinarian sort of intercepted me at the back of the stadium. And I said, okay, what's happening? I knew something was up at this point. And she said, you're not going to like what you're going to see. Okay. And she took me back, and that's where I saw Smooshi, and she had expressed to me that she wasn't allowed to tell me that Smooshi was in this condition. They had resolved that calling me was no longer going to be a thing, but some memos had been passed around. So nonetheless, I did get in, call it what it is, and I saw Smooshi in the condition she was, snapped a few photos, administered some drugs, hydrated her, got her some fish, came home, guzzled half a dozen beer, and I believe it was that night that I'd resolved that. Whereas before I wasn't going to speak to the media, I wasn't intent on it. This time I picked up the phone because it should be noted that when I quit, there was some media attention as to why I did quit, but I wasn't going to speak.
Right.
And then that was it.
First, Phil?
I didn't go to anyone. They came to me.
Oh, who came to you first?
The Toronto Star came to me, and they were the right people to come to me at the time, because while today maybe the name Toronto Star doesn't carry much weight, in 2012, despite their weight being waning at the time, but even only slightly, it proved to be a very, very, very powerful, maybe in their history, one of their more powerful investigations. They put all their resources towards it, and it wound up being like an explosive expose.
All right. Phil, I have a question. Could we just take a step back for a second? Whilst you were there working and you're seeing these conditions get worse and worse, wasn't there anything that you and your fellow staff members could do to couldn't you speak up and say anything to Marineland and say, look at these animals, they're suffering, the tanks are too small, or they're aggressive, or whatever it may be? Because obviously, Phil, it got to a point, and it just kept climbing and climbing and climbing to where these things got so bad that you had to leave. Couldn't you guys, you and the other folks, step up to the plate and say, yo, fuck, fix this shit?
Okay, good question. In-house, we were all on the same page. Something needed to be done. We'd basically exhausted all of our in-house options. The veterinarian, myself, the other supervisors, maintenance departments. We'd exhausted ourselves trying to get the attention of the owner, who was one sole controlling mind. So if he was at Tim Hortons and he felt like drinking a coffee was more important than addressing a water issue that was arguably killing animals, then that's a decision you had to live with. So this was a repeated decision. We just couldn't get his attention. The park doesn't operate between the months of October and May, and the worst of the water breakdown started in September. So into October, November, the owner must have rationalized that not spending money for some time and just adding an inordinate amount of chlorine at night was the best resolve to sort of appease everything.
What?
It was not, in fact, the case, because every morning we would show up and someone else would feel sick to their stomach. I mean, when you walked into the barn, which is where the animals are housed in the winter, a pungent chlorine smell is like a right hook to the chops. So we had all done a lot in just about everything, and it gotten to the point where my quitting and speaking out was something that all and everyone was full knowing of and supportive of. That included veterinarians, that included fellow employees, that included managers. The difference is when I actually did it, they all tucked their fucking tails between their legs and they fucking bowed to Marineland and endorsed and defended them. And and today, not a single one of them is to be found. That's
gotta hurt, Phil? Does that hurt?
I don't want any of that in my life. Anyway, I would trim the fat of any of that energy out of my life every day of the week. I don't want those fraudsters anywhere near my life.
Good for you. So
bad for them.
This comes along. You make an amazing you didn't make it, but you're in this documentary called The Walrus and the Whistleblower. Now, this comes after. So let's talk about Joe Rogan for a second, because just before I get to Joe though, and so you leave in 2012. This whole year of nonsense and bullshit goes on, and then you send out a tweet one day that it might have got a lot of people's attention, including Marineland and the police. You sent out a tweet that goes something like this: I think I might steal a walrus today. Right? I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty much what you said, right?
No, your paraphrase sucks. It's not nearly as marketable.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't have the internet magic. You have to touch on all of those points if you want to get the attention that I got.
Okay, well, let's get it from the horse's mouth.
And so I'll tell you what, I'll say it, and I'll also sing it. I'll also sing it in the Marineland theme melody because it's just as catchy. Ready? Life is short, steal a walrus.
I love it. Let's go.
Did you hear it? Fuck, did we cut out when I did it? I thought I said it.
Okay, can you do it one more time for us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let me know when I'm clear. Am I clear?
Yeah, we look clear now.
Hear me? Okay. Life is short, steal a walrus. That's it. I ain't fucking doing it again.
That's it.
But that's got marketability.
It's funny. I heard it the first time, but I thought there was more to it. I was waiting for the second verse. I was so excited.
No. That's it. It's got all the marketability. It's got all the internet magic. It's got, start selling the shirts. Let's go.
So you send out that tweet, then you go in the shower, from what I understand, and then you come back out, and your phone is completely like fire central, and next thing you know, you got a little knocking on the door from the police.
Here, let's set the stage. Let's set the stage entirely, because some people like to know the context of the entirety of it. They're always like, "Where's part two of the?" So let me set the stage entirely. So yes, I'd taken a fresh rip off the bong, and I'm laying on the couch like sweating it out, and it hits me. I don't know. Sometimes these little stupid things, these stupid little ideas, just pop in your head, and they seem so magnificent. And I wasn't wrong in this particular case.
Oh, I have many of them, mister.
And so
Many.
life is short, steal a walrus comes around, and so I tweet it. And yeah, you're right. I jump in the shower, I come back out, and the phone is aflame. Oh, okay, this is a tweet that's going to get some attention. Fun. Now, I don't assume the police are going to be sent to my home, but I do know that it's going to get some attention, and that's great. It isn't until the next day that I'm actually in my basement. I'm doing some cleaning, and I see through my window a cruiser pull up. It's not the first time, it should be noted. Marineland sent the police a number of times to my house. So, the police show up, and I'm like, I got a sense of why it is, but I'm not certain. So I'm walking from one area of the outside of my house. As I'm passing through, the cop comes out, and as he's walking towards me, he's like, hi, are you? And I'm like, wait. I have to go upstairs and get my phone. I'm in litigation with Marineland, and I'm going to have to document this. He goes, well, I prefer you don't. I'm like, I understand.
Yeah, sure you do.
I'm like, I understand, but I said, I'll be tasteful. I don't need your face. I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
I got to document this. So I walk upstairs. I get it. And then I come out, and I got the camera, and I walk out, and I go, okay, the stage is yours, kind of thing. And that's when he comes out with, well, and then he gives me the spiel. And and anyway, so that's just for context. It was the next day that the police showed up, and I had a sense of why. I wasn't absolutely certain, but really, let's be honest. That was Marineland delivered that on my lap like an absolute, like it wrapped in gold. I mean, this was. I knew that this had internet viral sensation written all over. It was just a question of harnessing it properly and releasing it properly. And not only was it viral 2 years ago when it happened, it went even more viral this year. And it's something that's going to stand the test of time over the course of history. And the annals of the internet history is something that's going to repeatedly go viral. So I can only and repeatedly thank Marineland's imbecile lawyer, Andrew Burns, for the repeated gifts that he gives me.
You love, I love, because I've listened to a bunch of your, on Dean, and then he's a douche, the Marineland lawyer, and it's funny, I'm getting sidetracked here, but the Marineland owner, he's dead, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but yet this continues on. So it's so personal because the guy's gone and he can't even but now is it his sons that are coming after you? Because from what I understand, one of the two sons is dead, correct?
Correct.
So, and what about the third son? Where's he standing in all this? Because
there's no third son.
Open.
There's a second son, but he can barely string a cohesive
second son. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
He can barely string a cohesive thought together and express it. But he's just not a smart guy who's going to run a business. He has no ambition in life of the sort. Circumstantially, he came from he wasn't born in Canada. He's actually came from Slovenia, so he has heavy accent, and he had some hard time integrating in society. Being I don't need to speak to his character very much, but he's not someone who's going to run a successful business. He's more someone who is best being managed in life and just been given money and be like, you know what, just stay out of trouble, kid. One of those kids. And again, I shouldn't, maybe I offered too much information about him personally, but not someone who's going to turn Marineland around. Not
the lawyer.
Look, I'm going to tell you something, and I'll probably get sued for it, but I invite it.
Personally, lawyer?
Yeah, the lawyer is basic. Look, every decision that is ever made by Marineland, but let's be honest, the person who's making the decision is the lawyer himself, has only ever benefited the lawyer. Show me one single iota of evidence of one single solitary benefit it has had to have Andrew Burns represent you as Marineland over the last decade. You can't. All you can show up is net loss after net loss. But because there isn't anyone to scrutinize his work or challenge what he's doing, he continues to get away with it.
Wow. We've got a question from Brad here, and it kind of fits into what we're talking about. He says, Phil, you announced recently on Twitter that the end is near and inevitable for Marineland. Any more specific details you can share?
Yeah, sure. Marineland's for sale. They want $300
Do you know
million,
something we don't know, mister?
Yes. Marineland's for sale.
Okay.
And I can assure you there's at least one offer on the table, but it's very low ball, and for good reason. Here's the issue with Marineland's land sale. You've got 800 oh, by the way, everything I'm telling you right now is completely confidential, so this is great.
Absolutely. I won't say a word.
Not confidential for me. No, not confidential for me. Confidential for the for the probably the people who would otherwise know about this stuff, which I can not say that I know nothing of. But let's just talk hypothetics. Let's call Marineland for sale for $300 million. Let's say there's a bid on the table with a lot of conditions for $150 million. Land developers, they want to develop the land. Here's the issue with the 800 acres that are for sale. 400 is generally usable. That's where the park is. So, the excavation of the water system is going to be a challenge. Everyone knows. So, to endeavor to buy it is a big job. But there's 400 acres at the back that is generally regarded as unusable, because Marineland's owner had a dream called River Country. He actually physically dug out and trenched out a canal and attached it to the Welland Canal that he's able to flood. And the aspiration was he was going to have a boat ride and you were able to see these land animals and whatnot. But, the guy died. And so now you've got this pit in the back spanning 400 acres that any development company, if they want to do anything with, it's got to find a way to fill it up. So they're all just like, this is a headache. So we know Marineland needs to have a quick sale. They're bleeding money. If they're not sold by next May, they're looking at bankruptcy. And again, all I can speak of is hypothetics. Nothing that I'm saying can be leaned on. But
hypothetical speaking.
But the end is near.
That's great news. It really is. But in all actuality, Phil, it is just the start, though, right? Because there's so many more of these shitty parks around North America. And that rolls into getting back to Joe Rogan. You get this all comes about. Marineland's coming after you in 2013, and then you go on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe got some clout, and even back then he was a pretty big deal, but it took off. Like Joe is, man, I just watched some of your latest podcasts when you were on in January, and he had just watched the documentary, The Walrus and the Whistleblower, and the dude was in tears as soon as he started speaking to you, and that's fascinating stuff, Phil, and it's pretty heavy stuff, and it's sad stuff. I know how you met and got on Joe Rogan, but the relationship didn't end there, and the clout that the both of you have now, and what you've done, and that leads into these new Canadian, and we're working on the American laws. Walk us through all that and what you and Joe have been able to pull off together.
Well, that is just it. So because Joe has been arguably my strongest supporter, and not even so much that he merely believes in the cause. We've become really good friends. We speak, a lot, and on any given time, including all of last week, I asked Joe, would you kindly retweet this video that I know you hate looking at? He refuses to watch these videos of that I give him, but he'll retweet it for me, and I'm always appreciative because again, he is in my corner, and again, just last week he retweeted a video of Kiska banging her head against the wall. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah. She'd love to be free in the oceans. Here she is. In this concrete and glass tank.
I anticipate they'll be publishing very shortly.
That's not cool, dude.
Marineland's lawyer only bats zeros. Make no mistake. He just wants to pad that wall.
Bent.
Oh, he's going.
It's just the saddest thing.
Make no mistake.
It's not even the worst of it. The poor whale has been seen floating around in that cesspit of shit. Its own poo. It's lying there in it and floating around. And sometimes it just lays there and floats around like it's dead. There's a picture right there. Like, folks, that black stuff, that's its increment. And the poor thing is swimming in this stuff. That's got to break your heart, Phil?
Excrement, not increment. Although it's incrementally grown over decades.
I'm trying not to swear because me mother watching and she's not fond of it.
Oh, well, then I'll be conscious of that.
Sad stuff. Yeah, no, you can swear. It's just, I don't really like me swear. Oh man, I make fun of my mom. So in here rolls with what you talked about in the sale. What happens to these animals if the sale goes? Is there a an outcome for these animals, Phil?
So what I'm told is Can you hear me? I see you freezing all over the place. I don't know. I get this wrong. I don't have to repeat it. I suppose.
Okay, we're back. I'm
so
sorry.
I'm
I'm in
told
the middle of the desert, and
hey, it's no worries. I got a thunderstorm outside. What I'm told is from inside scoops is, and I could be wrong. Again, this is just speculative. But Marineland's lawyer insists on being retained by whatever development company that buys them, and because he's the only person that knows how to broker whale deals, and so he is trying to sell whoever's buying the company on the idea that their belugas have a market value of $1.5 million each. But it's not that simple. We do know that they're quite desperate for a sale, and so any pitch at this point, but there are some serious conditions in all of it. So. My intention in all of this is we need an intervention at Marineland. Someone needs to immediately intervene. Someone needs to clean that water, and I don't mean like a vacuuming. We're talking about an overhaul. It has to be very strategically, but it can be just to mitigate the immediate damage, so they can find a place that can rehome these animals. But it has to be a sanctuary. The idea that we're putting these animals in concrete pools has to end.
Phil, is there something that can be done? Can we release Kiska, that poor whale, back into the ocean? That thing's going to die in 2 seconds, no? And what about Smooshi? I didn't even get to ask you about where's Smooshi? Smooshi, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Where the hell is she? If you call, I have so many more questions.
If you call Kiska again.
Oh, did I say it's Kiska? Sorry. I am dyslexic, by the way, officially. So that's
Smooshi. If you call Smooshi or Chmoochie, whatever the hell you did
they know?
I'm gonna rip this microphone out of the phone, my dude. Don't call me a hero and not be able to. Don't call me a hero and not be able to name the animals I speak of. Then I'm not doing my job right.
No, fair enough. It's just listen. I'm nervous to interview you, man. I was freaking out all day. I'm like, I got Phil Demers. This guy's a big deal, and I love what you do. And I'm sorry, I am dyslexic, so that's why I said that wrong. My bad.
You're forgiven. Of course, and you should know that. And you should know never to take anything personal from me. So is there a home currently for Kiska? No, there's not. Is there going to be? Well, this situation exactly highlights the need for such a thing. Now, there are projects around the world and initiatives that are happening that will in the future serve whales, but they're not currently in place. So what needs to happen, at least in the immediate future, is someone needs to sort of stabilize Marineland, the life support system. And we need some experts in there making sure that the animals' health is maintained as best it can, because a lot of whales have died and a lot of whales are missing that Marineland can't explain that are gone. Right. And we know that it's the water. So I think that in some period of time, in the time that many of Marineland's current animals will still be alive to see, there will be a place in the ocean where animals can be retired to and remain under human care, but they will not be bred. They will not be performing tricks. They will have a space that is just so massive that they themselves will be convinced that they are almost free. And that, to an animal that has only ever known concrete walls, is like you winning billions and billions and billions.
So how come in 2021, Phil, and with all there's enough celebrities out there with a shit ton of money, there's princes and money out there, how come we can't just build something
We're going to.
Okay, because God, I can't wait. It's
called the Whale Sanctuary Project. It's in Nova Scotia. It's called the Whale Sanctuary Project. I urge people to check out the Whale Sanctuary Project. Email Lori Marino and tell her, hey, Phil sent me. And send them some money.
Yeah. Sorry, will the walruses and stuff be able to go there too? And what about the dolphins and things like this?
Well, if I were a sanctuary, I wouldn't say no to any animals, but that's not up to me. I know that what I intend on doing for the remainder of my life is find a means to give that level of dignity back to all of Marineland's animals, be it seals, sea lions, dolphins, belugas, or orcas. So we'll find places that will endeavor to take care of those animals. And if they don't exist, well, fuck it, we'll build them.
Yeah. We got to. There's enough bloody money out there, Phil. We can figure this out. We really can. Oh,
We're on it, dude.
This is the okay. That's cool, man. Look at that room that they'd get to. And so, what are they going to build? Some sort of special wall, Phil? Is that how it would work? Like a netting system?
Yep. Exactly.
Amazing.
Multi-chambered, multi rooms, everything else, tons of space. Beautiful facilities. I don't want to call it that. A beautiful ocean. Years and millions of dollars, but less time with more millions. Give me $1 billion today, and in a year, I've got a place for Marinelands whales. Give me no money, and Marinelands whales all die. I mean, this is where we're at. So it really is just a question of funding. Funding equals funding will expedite the projects.
So we'll put this up. I don't know if Glassy can get on it and throw it up in a new banner. Where can people go to donate money, Phil?
Whale Sanctuary Project. I believe it's .com or .org, but it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind in Canada and Nova Scotia. It's not hard to Google.
Yeah, just go Google it, folks. Spend a couple bucks instead of that $5 Starbucks coffee that's sour and gross. And quite frankly, don't spell your name wrong on all the time on the cup.
Hey kids, don't buy a gram this weekend.
Go give it to. Yeah, go fucking save the whales for Christ's sake. My boy Phil here is doing some great work, and they're still on your ass though, aren't they? All the time, Marineland to this day.
I love it.
I know you do. It's kind of cool.
It's crazy now. It's gotten to the point where I can't get enough. I can't poke enough. I can't do and say enough just to try to get some attention from that lawyer. You know, he gave me a rough ride for about 8 years, and then when he realized the tables have turned, he tucked his tail real bad too. So these days I have a hard time getting his attention, including putting a bullhorn just about up his nose on a couple of occasions in the past 2 months, and yet not a peep from big old Andy Burns. Where you at, Andy Burns? Come at me, bro. By the way, I listened to. Have you ever listened to 9 Inch Nails? Is it Burn? The song Burn.
Yeah, of course.
It's on the Natural Born Killers soundtrack. My favorite movie. I start pounding the pavement. I go for a walk, and I listen to Burn, but I always hear Burns, and that's it, man. He's in trouble, you know.
There you go. I hope this nightmare is over for you soon, bro. I really do. Gwen says you're a true hero, Phil, and I think you are too. You put up with a lot of shit. Besides the lawyers and stuff, are there many people out there that hate you or don't like what you're up to? Yeah, I know you got in a confrontation with a fellow outside of Marineland not too long ago, correctly? You called his ass out, tore a strip off him. That was awesome.
I don't get along, frankly, I don't get along with a lot of animal rights activists. I don't get along with people that purport to support animal rights. In a lot of cases, what they're doing is running away from their own problems. I hate to have to call them out for it, but here a decade into my battle, and I've seen a lot of faces come and go, man. I know how to filter bullshit. Yeah. And 99% of the people that purport to be like in it to win it, in it for the long run, it just isn't the case. So no, I call it like it is. I just do. I don't like that zzz energy. I don't like sleepers. Like I pound the pavement every day. I walk, in excess of 10 kilometers every day on a recently shattered ankle. I just feel the energy, and I want to use and harness this energy. And it's I could be a bit much to keep up with, and fair enough. Yeah. And there is a lot of fair criticism of me in that I can be an intolerable asshole, but it's not that something like that should be taken personally. It's just that I'm on a fucking mission, and it's got the attention of a lot of people, and a lot of people want to help, and mostly helping for me is staying out of my way. And it's just that sometimes when people get in my way, I inferno them to the ground. And then
it's awesome. Because you have this mission, and it's not like you're just going to go, oh, well, it's been 7, 8, 9 years. I'm just going to give up. Not my boy Phil here. And I love your drive and your passion. And you're not scared. That's the greatest part. You're like, we allegedly, you allegedly said some things that may, whatever, but you're not afraid. And that's what I love. When's the last time you seen your best friend?
2012.
The Walrus. Yeah. What?
I mean, with my own naked
Is
eyes.
she still alive?
She's alive. Yes, no, she's alive and still performs. She's the last living walrus there, aside from the calf that she had. She recently gave birth to a year ago. But you know, they keep them separated. It's just awful. They keep them in separate cages. They can only see each other, and otherwise they're being forced to perform under the summer sun. It's just a vile and disgusting thing. And you know, I would have gone away a long time ago if Marineland would have just given me my fucking walrus. And you know, probably much of their demise could have been spared. But that lawyer's a fucking imbecile. All I can say of it is the advice he gives only benefits himself, and only benefits himself in the short term, because I assure him in the long term, history is not going to be kind to that fucking man.
Yeah. Well, and if too, right? So there's that. It breaks my heart. I haven't seen Walrus since 2012. What do you think would happen if you saw Smooshi tomorrow? Will she go nuts? Or will she remember you? She's got it, right?
Yes. Every time that they bring her out, all she wants to do is look for me. Although I can see recently that her spirit is starting to break. You can see she's gone through a lot, including a miscarriage. And these are all forced pregnancies. It's a really vile thing.
How old is she now?
Done to her. She's 18 or 19.
What's her life expectancy, Phil?
She can do another 20 years if she lived a perfect life moving forward. Yeah, and if her life was perfect moving forward, that would be about her lifespan. She's already exceeded every captive walrus's lifespan at Marineland. She's annihilated those figures because you know, she has the will to live. She still thinks her mom's somewhere in the park. You know, whereas whereas all the other animals know that they've been separated forever, she's still looking for me. She still thinks I might show up. It gives her the will to continue.
Breaks your heart. And Kiska too. I mean, watching the video of that whale smash her head off the walls, seeing the picture of the poor whale floating in its own shit, feces. It's heartbreaking, dude. And it gets people. It's gotten you for a long time. It's gotten me. It's got Joe Rogan. Dude, keep on fighting the good fight, please.
Thanks, Coach.
You go, rah, spoon ball.
Get him, Rock.
You're an amazing human. Keep up the good fight. I know Joe Rogan's got your back, and so many others, dude. And I know people we're all gonna go and chuck up $5, $10, $20, whatever you can, folks. Go and help this whale, the sanctuary out, because that's one of the greatest things I've ever seen, and I can't wait for it to be happen. To see it happen. I mean,
it's not a question
amazing stuff.
It's not a question of if we build it, they will come. It's they're already here. We got to build it.
Yeah. A couple of more quick questions, real quick. How does Marineland get away with all of this? With the pictures we see, and we all see it, it's deplorable. How come there isn't a judge out there, another lawyer that can get after this Burns clown, and make something happen? How come, Phil?
Soft laws, no political will. Soft laws in that Marineland lobbied throughout the entirety of their existence to ensure that they would not have to adhere to any laws, and no political will, because at the worst, the government makes money off Marineland. Even in the worst case, they make money off Marineland.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
We're gonna march.
We're drive you insane,
dude. We're gonna march down to Queen's Park in October, and the date is to be announced. But we are not going to be a force. We're going to be a force not to be reckoned with, man. We're going to tear through that place like a missile.
Amazing.
I'm just saying we are bringing accountability to the province. We are saying, where are your animal cruelty charges? Why do we pay for you to protect Marineland? Who's the names of the people that have yet to haul out Marineland's lawyer, veterinarian, and owner in cuffs? Who is that? Who are those people? And they're going to have to look at themselves in the mirror.
Amazing. Hope it happens one day. Do you know a guy? Is my best friend. Grew up with him since I was little in Hamilton. His name's Pat Molden. He was in the Navy. He seems to know you. Anyways, he sent me a personal message today, and he said, "You are legit, and please pay him my respects." And that's coming from a Canadian war hero that did some tours in Afghanistan and has seen and done crazy shit. He's a bomb diffuser. Anyways, he loves you and speaks highly of you and says to pay you your respect. So it's a crazy world we live in. He's done crazy, amazing things and saved lives and helped people. But what you're doing, man, for these not only the whale though and the walrus, it's all those animals, dude. You're my hero. Like, you're to be commended, and I really appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you, and I know there is some people that don't. We've got a couple angry faces up there, but you know what? Fuck them.
Dude, I eat that shit up. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. You feed off it, and I love it. Just seeing that eating grin on your face. I'm having a hard time talking.
Dude,
I'm excited, man. I really.
There's nothing sexy about animal. There's nothing sexy about animal rights. There's literally nothing. It's probably the most boring subject on the planet. It's the most boring.
Life must be miserable.
It just took forever for something to happen that would just spark a level of sort of danger and sexiness that people respect. And I'm happy to just in every which way, shape, or form keep that going. You know, it's the reason why people are paying so much attention.
Amazing.
It's not an easy thing to hype up a lawsuit, I can assure you. But I'm just people just like the fact that
you've got people's
every time,
attention now.
yeah, when they know that they're creating change, they know that if they keep me on their shoulders, I'll keep swinging.
Yeah. So a couple last questions. I know the answer to this. I'm almost positive because it explains why you haven't been there in 12 years. But we did ask, and I was going to ask too. Is there anything stopping you from buying a regular ticket to go there? Are you banned from there for life?
My lawyers very specifically asked me not to do it on a number of occasions. I didn't suggest I would actually pay for a ticket, but I had on a number of times suggest that I go into the park. And every which time he says, no, don't do
harm,
that.
No foul, though, Phil. No harm, no foul.
Well, so
but you go in there guns a-blazing, probably.
Well, assume I would do it with the idea of bringing some level of attention to, for instance, an animal like Kiska. So if I can't be in the park, let's just assume that I will find creative ways to otherwise get exactly what I want. But nonetheless, yes, I floated the idea of going into the park. It's been suggested that why, Phil, after taking Marineland's weapon and sharpening it, would you hand it back to them? So I say, okay, fine. What I won't do is go into the park personally myself, but ... free Kiska videos.
Why don't you make an agreement with them? Go with somebody that's going to keep you in line. You make an agreement not to do something, but aren't you just dying to see that poor walrus? Or do you think at this point it's almost detrimental because if you see her once and then you leave again, that poor animal's got to go through that whole.
Yeah.
When's the next time I'm going to see my mom?
No, you nailed it. It would not serve me it would only serve my ego to do it. And as much as many people and a lot of the criticism that I feel is, oh, he's just in it to be fucking famous. No, idiots. I just know how to get fucking attention. Okay. And if it takes a 6-pack and some swearing and long rips, then guess the fuck what? You might not all
fucking like
me,
my
but
circle,
the rest
mister.
of the people will. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like to speak the language of the fucking people, not the hoity-toities. I'm not here to make the fucking grade. No, thank you. We're doing it my way. Sorry. If you don't like it, sorry about your fucking luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Listen, I won't keep you any longer. Keep up the good fight. Yeah, this has been an amazing interview. This is got to be. It's one of my top interviews. I can't lie. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. I love it. I've been hitting the bong, not my bong, but my little one hit paper, if you hear, you will. But listen, man, just quit what you're doing. I know you won't because I can just see it in you. Just keep, taking. I shouldn't say that. I almost said keep taking advantage of Joe Rogan. That's not what you do, and I didn't mean it to sound like that. But keep using those upper echelons of people that help you and love and support your cause for sure, Phil.
I'm leaning on a lot of people.
You're special
I stand on the shoulder of giants, no question about it, and I am every day. I feel very blessed for it. So again, all I am is the harnessing of a lot of energy of other things. So I'm just happy to be the vessel to provide the the work for others.
Yeah, and those animals, thank you. I know they can't say it, but you've been with them long enough, and the connections you have with them, dude, like deep down inside, you can always know that those animals thank you. We all thank you. Nobody wants to see that nonsense. No animal, no human should live in those kind of conditions. And just keep doing it, bro. We love you. People, go support the cause. Donate to the whale fund. Also, go and support the documentary, A Whale and the Whistleblower. It's fabulous. I can't wait to see it. And I apologize. I have a note here. I have not seen it. But
there's two of them.
Watching...
So watch The Walrus and the Whistleblower. If you're in Canada, it's on CBC Gem. Otherwise, it's on Discovery Plus. It's on Amazon Prime. It's all over. And then if you are in Canada and you go to on YouTube and you put in The Last Walrus, it's actually an episode of Nature of Things. It's sort of a condensed version of the film. It's just without me being naked, swearing, ripping bongs, or, like arguing with
Nobody
politicians.
Needs to see that film.
It actually paints me in quite a nice light. I kind of prefer that one. So if you want the Cole's Notes version and the one that you might hate me less in, I would suggest watching The Last Walrus on YouTube.
Well, I recommend everybody go to. It's what I'm watching tonight when I hit the stack. I'm watching the documentary. Now I'm scared, Phil, because I'm just a lonely guy on a bus in the California desert with my dog, and I know I'm gonna bawl my goddamn eyes out tonight. And I don't really like. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I am a crier, and I can only imagine the tears that are coming later. And I'm not sure if I'm prepared for that.
You'll last 5 minutes, bro. But I'll tell you something. At the end of it, you're gonna feel like $1 million. So watch it, because for as much as it emotionally tugs at the stories, you'll feel endeavored to do something at the end. And that's at the end that's always the objective of any story.
Oh yeah, and I encourage everybody to do the same. Either whether it's tonight, tomorrow, or this weekend, or any time this week, watch it and support it, and give them a boil here. It's not you, but the foundation that you obviously have helped with. Go get at it. Listen, man, it's funny. From Joe Rogan to Mike Tyson, the Bonds. Boy,
there you go.
Really come downhill, Phil.
Dude, I'm at 10%.
No, listen, I'm making a name for myself, Mister. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I love what you do, and so does everybody else. And if they don't, they can get bent, right, bud?
All right, my dude.
God bless you. Thanks, Phil. Amazing. What a cat. I love that guy. Phil Demers, folks. Go check him out. Started at Marineland in 2000. Fell in love. It was a two-way street. He fell in love with a walrus, and that walrus fell in love with him. That's his mom. Guy's a mom. He's got a penis, but he's a mom. Anyways, fascinating stuff. You got to go check out the documentary. There, you can go follow Phil, the Walrus_Whisperer on Instagram. Motherfucker's got a blue check mark. Good for him. 31.6K. Go follow him. Go support the cause. It's a great cause. Save Smooshi. He almost left the show because I screwed up tonight. Way to go, Bondzee. The first Smooshi I screwed up. But the Kiska, I was saying Kiska in my head. I knew the fucking thing's name. I've seen it a million times. Don't make fun of me because I have a mental illness or whatever it is. Learning disability. Guys, I can't thank you enough for watching tonight. Man, oh man. We've been at this an hour and 8 minutes. That was an amazing interview with Phil. I can't thank him enough for taking the time to join me. Gwen says, great interview, Bondzee. Thank you so much. Brad says, Bondzee, tough topic, tough interview. You pulled it off great. Thanks, man. It's funny because I haven't been nervous on this show in a long time. I really haven't. Feeling way better mentally. The microdosing of the shrooms helps so much. I haven't been afraid. I can't wait to hit go live. Whereas, back in the earlier days, I'd be sitting there going, you can't do this. You can't do this. You're a loser. Yeah, I just want to die. And now I can't wait to hit go. But I was nervous today a little bit. Feels a big deal. Excuse me. Oh, first burp. Sorry, Dad. Jeremy says, you got a boogie hanging out. Do I? Good. How big is it? No, it's not Coke. Haven't touched that shit in forever. So fuck y'all. No, I'm just kidding. Man, it was a great interview, eh? I love the guy. He's got a passion, doesn't he? Like, holy cripes. And God bless him for it. Wade says, great interview, Bondzee. Nice, relaxed, and real. Yeah, and I just love the guy's energy but the passion. He loves those animals. Jason Antel, tripping balls with Bondzee. Yeah, that's coming up soon. I think me, Dean, what's the other two? Lachlan and James DeFiore, we're all going to do shrooms on a Dean podcast coming up. So stick around for that, folks. When that happens, we'll let you know for sure. Carrie LaPugila, is that how you say it? You were Carrie Gething to me. That's all I know. Cripes. La Padula. Anyways, thanks for watching. Love you. You're such a wonderful human being. The Sasbo brothers are watching. This is perfect opportunity. I can't miss one of these. Fellas, you know what I'm about to say? Your team sucks. They are soccer fans, folks. They're a different breed than Mantels. They love the Arsenal Gunners. And guess what? The Arsenal Gunners are sucking balls. Huge balls. They're like the bottom of the league. Yeah, week after week, these clowns are rah, it's ball for Arsenal. And every single week I get to cheer for my team, Manchester United, who kicks ass. And won, by the way, with Cristiano Ronaldo as our new superstar. So nice to see you win and they lose. There's nothing better for me on a Saturday or Sunday whenever the European football's on, and Arsenal loses, and I get to make fun of those clowns. I will cheer for Man City. I don't care if we're rivals to the Man United. If they're playing Arsenal, Man City's my new favorite team. That day. Anybody who plays Arsenal is my new favorite team. And they just can't understand it. They hate it. They're like, you're such a loser. You can't cheer for the Man United and then cheer for every other team that plays that. You can't. They get so upset. I love it. It literally feeds the fuel to my fire. The more of these hooligans, and they can't help it. They keep just coming at me. So I was like, oh, I got you. I'll come at you too, bro. Brad says, put that by. I missed it. Sorry. Oh, keep healing up, pal. Keep in touch. Yes, thank you. If you missed it earlier, I am today, knock on wood, I am feeling a million times better than the past 8 hours have been hell. Have a great weekend with my friend Roger and Reggie. What I got to tell you about the motherfuckers. So, last show I met you guys, I got in a little tiff with the one fella's wife, Reggie. She's not the nicest ladies I've ever met. She's just unfriendly. I'm sure she's awfully human and is nice. But there are just some people on this planet that you don't see eye to eye with. And guess what? I met one of them this weekend. It's two-way street. She does not like Bondzee whatsoever. What's not to like? Look at this. Handsome, funny, got flow. You know, come on. Got a handsome dog scratching a bed in the back. Anyway, she don't like me. But those guys were great. Listen, Reggie. Is there I think I forgot to load a picture of Reggie up. It was a promo picture today, so you can see that. Reggie looks exactly like Michael Jordan. He also kind of looks like Bondzee, Eddie Murphy, but more than looks like Eddie Murphy, he sounds and talks exactly and laughs exactly like Eddie Murphy. So all weekend I found myself mimicking Reg because we get going on tangents. I get all hyped up, and he loves his whiskey, old Reggie. Reggie's a fascinating person. So is Roger. But I gotta tell you about Reggie because Reggie's gonna be on a show. Reggie's not gonna be on what? There he is. Look at that mofo. He's a handsome dude, isn't he? Reggie is a walking, talking story. Believe me, you folks. This cat has worked for and was Bill Cosby's personal driver when he was like 18 or 19 years old for years. Lived at Bill Cosby's house. Okay. The stories he has from not only that, he and I did ask him, of course. She asked, you take that picture down now, bro? Thanks. The Joe Q Public, I guess I just sidetracked. Satan's sidekick, yes, Gwen. And then Joe Q Public says, based on your flow description, you might as well just rock a mullet. Yeah, I probably could rock a sick mullet. The only thing is, it's not that bad up there. I just got a big forehead, like our friend Chrissy. Well, maybe she's not our friend, but that bitch Chrissy. But listen, I've had one kind of my whole life. And it's okay. Skullet. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get to a skullet one day. Maybe I'll surprise you and come on live with a skullet. Could you imagine? I'm not opposed to it. We'll see how it goes. I probably wouldn't be able to keep it long just because I got photos. Hopefully. So I'm getting sidetracked. But the United States government emailed me on the weekend and said, you can stay for a little bit until we go through your whole entire file. So I got accepted. The first part, stage 1. I have to go to a biometrics interview with them, where I get old fingerprinted. Won't be the first time, sadly. Sad but true. And yeah, my photograph. They just want it, and then I'll sign it. Anyways, that's coming up. So, but they can't kick me out of the country until they actually fully deny me. So I'm allowed to stay past September 20th now. And with Bondzee feeling better, guess what? Things are looking up, folks. Back to the gym tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm feeling as good as I am today. I simply didn't go to the gym today. I wanted to because I was paying free. But when you got fellas on like Phil Demers, you got to do your homework, mister. So that's what I did. I spent the entire afternoon writing, researching, and trying to make a nice, fun show for you, lovely public out there. Public. Good one, Bondzee. What else? Let's go back to the show. We got so much to talk about. Yeah, we're going to do a little extra show tonight. I'm feeling fired up. This is the best I felt. Usually I'm sitting here in a chair and going, Jesus Christ, I just want to go lay down. But I'm feeling great. Welcome to Bondzee Live on Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network. You guys are awesome. Can't believe it. It's been a hell of a run, eh? What else we got? Let's get into everybody's favorite new segment on the Bondzee Live show. It's toys and cereals of the 70s and 80s, our favorites. I got a couple of doozies tonight. Remember this? The speak and spell? I was already pretty smart. I can't believe I couldn't say that with a straight face. I was not smart. But we did have one in the household. I had two brothers, and they were both way dumber than me. So, well, wasn't it? Yeah. Where the other? Am I back? Am I back? Did I do it? How do I look? Sorry, folks. We're running off type facilities here, but we will have the gadget back Wednesday. My little box thingy, if you will, it holds 100 gigabytes of data. Cacked out a few days ago, as you know, missed it for the Friday show and tonight. But Wednesday, it will be back up and running. So I do apologize for the shitty feed tonight. Man, it's just been one of those things on this show sometimes. Is when it's one of those things when you're traveling across the United States in a tin metal bus, you're going to run into these sorts of problems. Joe Q Public says, hey, you injected 5G chip. Failed. Yeah, I can't believe it. I thought everything would be ticket. I thought I'd be new magnetic man and I'd have a career in Hollywood. I'd be right into that that chain of movies. I don't even know what they call. I've never seen Avengers and shit. I could have been the magnetic man. Bondzee is magnetic man. It's got a nice ring to it. Bondzee is magnetic man. Anyways, know that. No 5G. No kick-ass signal. Fucking bullshit. Oh, God, guys, I can't thank you enough for watching tonight. It's been a great show. I've had a blast. I am back. Yeah, thanks. So we had a little hiccupy there. So let's get into what was Glassy. Check up some other toys. We had the speakers. Oh yeah, the Play Family Farm. I don't care who you are. You must have had one of these things. Even if your mama was on the welfare, like Eddie Murphy says, you probably had a Play Family Farm. Because listen, my parents came from England, proceeded to have 3 kids, boys, hooligans, mental cases. And we had a family farm though, and it was fun. I remember playing with all the little animals and stuff, and I do all the little voices and sounds. It's pretty fun. What else we got? You had an animal farm. I know you did. So don't even lie. Don't even lie. I know the Antel brothers did for sure. And then the Antel brothers had this like I did. My parents literally we'd go through like 4 a month. Yeah, you got 3 boys, and instead of punching the shit out of each other, you'd beat the shit out of Bozo, the clown. And the thing would weeble and wobble, but it wouldn't fall down. I love that thing. You'd sit there and you thought you were like Bruce Lee back in the day, just beating the piss out of Bozo, the weebly wobbly clown that never fell over though. He always got back up. Always. And then there's this Teddy Ruxpin. I am not saying I had a Teddy Ruxpin. Excuse me, but I think my little brother did for sure. First, I think it was man, correct me if I'm wrong if you're watching. I've been known to be wrong, believe it or not. But Teddy Ruxpin was the first speaking bear, no? I think it would say a bunch of shit to you and it wouldn't yell at you, but go to bed. It's bedtime. It's Teddy Ruxpin telling you, go to sleep. Imagine having that doll. If parents could program what they wanted to say into it, and it's like, la la la, la la la, na 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 na, go to sleep. Sorry if I scared the shit out of you. My dog did. He was on the floor at my feet, and he's not anymore. Oh, Gregory, you've really done it now. Gwen had a Teddy Ruxpin, by golly, by G. I honestly can't remember. My memory's not that great. I don't know if there was one in our household, but there might have been. Brett says, "Come on, Bondzee, you must have some old ambulance or fire truck tributes." I can't say as I did, Brett, which is weird because I grew up as like 5 years old. I wanted to be a firefighter. That's all I wanted to be my whole entire life. Until a little later, early teens, then I knew I had a gift for doing this stupid stuff. I had no problem being on a stage at high school in a play. Even before high school, I did some plays. I did Peter Pan in middle school. What else did I do? I think I did Joseph in that Technicolor or fucking, however you say that, coat thing. And then, high school, lead singer of a rock and roll band with badass flow. You think I got a pretty good flow in the back now? Mr. What was his name? Joe Q Public. You should have seen Bondzee's flow back in the day, mister. Fire. And lead singer of a rock and roll band. Not a big deal. Played all the sports. I was a pretty big deal in high school. Now look at me. Just some clown talking into a microphone on a bus. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, you guys are the best. What else? Brad says, join us when you get back then. Yeah, dude, I sang karaoke on Friday night here after the show. I didn't tell you guys that, but I did. And the girl goes, are you looking to, do you want some or let it play? And I was like, I hadn't seen karaoke. I was a little ready of these people I just met. Roger and the Reggie and the Reggie, his wife that hates my guts. I don't even know her name, nor do I care to. No offense. I love Reggie. Reggie's my new best friend. Oh, I was saying, I was talking about when I cut my internet bouncer saying, Reggie, that store worked with Phil Cosby when he was a teenager for years and years. And Bill just saw so much more in Reggie. And Reggie lived at Bill's house. There he is. Anyways, Reggie, Bill asked Reggie what his dream was. Reggie wanted to go to firefighting college. So guess what? Bill sent Reggie to firefighting college and paid for it, the whole 9 yards. And Reg started as a firefighter. Then Reg went on to be, he's a police officer as we speak. Work today and tomorrow he's got shifts. And in the LA area, one badass place. Reggie's got more stories. I can't even tell you. So we got a brand new segment coming up on Bondzee Live. It's starting soon. We're working out the things. And Reggie, we've had long talks over this whole entire weekend. And the stories that I've heard from Reggie, we made a decision first night. I was like, dude, you can't just come on once. We have to make this it's got to be a 4, it could be a 5, 6-part series. And believe me, you guys are going to tune in every single time I got Reggie on. Guys, he's a magician with his way. Just is funny as hell. His laugh is like Eddie Murphy. His stories are bigger and better than Walt Disney's. And the guy's just a real deal. I can't wait to start the new segment on Bondzee Live called, we'll figure out a name. Right now, it's open stage. It's just going to be a story time with Reggie. But the dude's got some stories. And he's a funny dude. I miss him already. He's been gone. He left last night. Don't miss his wife. I'll leave her wife alone, okay? I love Reg, and we'll just stick at that, okay? So stick around for the brand new segment. Reg on Bondzee or what? No, that sounds really bad. There'll be no Reg on Bondzee, believe me, you.
Or hopefully his Wi-Fi is better.
Oh, Gregory, stop it already. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it. Wade, Brad, the guys, the real deal. My guts hurt from laughing all weekend. And then the dude, Eddie Murphy was the king of swearing. He just made it sound good and funny in his stuff. Well, you got to hear Reg talk. He says the word motherfucker every other word, but the way he says it, I borrowed an Allen wrench from him. And I walked off the bus. I was coming over to say hi and smoke a pipe with boys. And he just looked at me and he saw my pipe and my lighter. And he didn't see the little Allen key about this big. And he goes, "Where my Allen key at, motherfucker?" I literally almost fell to my knees. The way the guy has a way of words, I'm literally crying. You got it. I can't wait to have him on. That's all I can say. Hopefully this week we can have episode 1 of Special Time with Reggie. He's the best. Anyways, that's enough. I beat a dead horse with Reggie, but I can't wait to have him on. The guy, brilliant talent, and he doesn't even know. Kind of. Oh, you should see him sing like Boys to Men, like a champion, like a complete champion. So much great things coming up with Reggie. What else we got? Oh, let's chuck up a couple cereals. Yeah, dude, I've never had this cereal in my life. Crunchy, is that how you say it? Stars. I can't remember this dude talks from the Muppet Show. I love the Muppet Show. Anyways, Crunchy Stars. I don't think they're available in Canada, but God, I would have loved to have tried them just because of that cover in the box. But that's what it was all about. Yeah, Pac-Man cereal. Just put your favorite video game on the front of a box and make the ghost marshmallow thingies. And you'd have them all lined up in a bowl. And you couldn't play too long the game because it got soggy. But I remember lining up the ghost and maybe chase a Pac-Man through my cereal. And my mom would just be, "Gregory, stop, will you just eat your bloody cereal, please, and get the fuck to school?" She didn't say fuck. I've never heard my mom say the F word. Or my dad. Crazy, eh? Oh, only available in Sweden. God, Wade, you're a funny bastard. I gotta have Wade on the show one time. We just did Witch Show. Me and Glassy got off the show Friday, and we jumped on Wade's podcast, Bitch Fest, every Friday night. I don't know the time, 8, because we're on different time zones, so I can't remember Wade's start. Is it 8, Wade, 7? Wherever the hell you are, Mountain Time. Anyways, that's funny shit. What last
8 o'clock. Thanks a lot for having us, Wade. 8 o'clock, right after your show.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun after the show, and then we went and what's that? Ambushed poor Wade show. It was a lovely wife, though. Such a lovely lady. And then she's got Wade. You guys will love Wade. I'll have Wade on the show soon, I promise. The guy's a pisser. One of the funniest dudes I've ever met. Okay, show me that last cereal. Oh, the Smurfs. Who didn't love the Smurfs? I mean, as parents, we love the Smurfs. As kids, we love the Smurfs. Everybody loved the Smurfs. And then the cereal came out. Everybody wanted some Smurf magic berries. I sure did. That was one of those cues. Yo, little bro, tantrum time. We need some Smurf magic berries stat. We'd chuck the kid on the floor, kick him in the nuts. He'd start screaming. Mom thinks he wants the Smurf berries because that's what he's pointing at. Meanwhile, me and my brother, fucking, one probably kicked him in the nuts and one probably pinched him so hard he dropped like a ton of bricks. Mom bought the cereal. Oh, you boys, will you stop mucking about in the grocery store aisle? You're making a embarrassment of me, and I've had enough. Let's get out of here now. Heard that once or twice, or like 800 times. We embarrassed our mom a lot. Believe me, There's me, the oldest. Then my other idiot brother was 1 year and 9 months younger than me. And then the other super idiot brother was 7 years younger than me. That poor bastard was our little bitch for the longest time. Still is. Well, it's not true now. We're estranged. But yeah, they can kiss my ass. But yeah, it used to be our little bitch. We tormented that little. Oh yeah, let's get to this. Okay, enough of that. I was sick of talking about them. Have you guys seen these videos from the weekend? There's a couple of beauties. Got to show the cat dangling from the rafters at the Miami Hurricanes game on Saturday. Folks, watch this video. Buckle up. A cat all of a sudden appears out of the goddamn rafters. All of a sudden. Listen to this kid screaming like a bitch. Oh, hold on, little kitty. Hold on, buddy. Oh my God. Hold on, buddy. Amazing. Look at this dude. From screaming like the littlest bitch in the prairie to freaking out. He's so proud. I just lit my microphone. Knocked it over. That kid was really excited that little kitty survived. Oh, talk about 9 lives, though. That cat is dead. Now, I'm not sure of his previous history, but I can tell you this. He went from that, and that. I'd laugh because the mother, he's safe, alive. He's safe. There's, I don't know. Glassy, you got another video that we can roll? There's so many great angles of this video. It's fascinating stuff. Now, look at the poor little bugger just hanging there. So funny to go from much ladies actually filming and going just, oh my God, to the other clown who's screaming like the banshee. Oh, nice catch. You see that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable how that all worked out. Yeah, that's enough of that. It was a special moment. It went viral immediately. So many questions, though. Maybe somebody brought it to the game? Because people are weird. It's Florida. I have friends in Florida. I'm just kidding. But who knows? Maybe the thing just snuck in. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Hold on. You're jumping the gun here, mister. I'm not done. I'm not done. I don't know how that cat got there. But I don't know how he got into the stadium, but yet then how does he get to where the hell his ass crawled out of? That's what's the most mind-numbing to me. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh shit, I'm in a world of hurt now, mister." And then the thing, he really did try to get back up into either where he came from, or I'm still surprised why some people didn't try to help the poor bugger. They didn't. Maybe they couldn't reach. Maybe you can't from the video, but fascinating stuff. Nice catch in the flag, the American flag. And the good news is the cat survived. I saw a video. Some girl was holding him, and the cat looked calm and chill. No harm, no foul, right? So, anyways, cool video. Loved it. What else should we talk about? I've been rambling for a bit here. I got a pish. Glassy, roll the one. My Blue Jays. How about your Toronto Blue Jays, folks? Did they win tonight? Can anybody tell me? I usually can both videos, but because I'm limited on my Wi-Fi streaming here, I didn't want to stream the game in the background. Did the Jays win?
Already
big series against the Rays. So, folks, I don't know if you saw the series between Baltimore and the Jays this weekend. But my God. Friday, it was Friday. Yes, it was because they're watching on the show. They lost. Yeah, they did. And then Saturday was a doubleheader. They were down. They were getting their ass kicked. I think it's 7-3, 10-3 at one point. Jays won 11-10 in the final inning. And then the second game, Baltimore's winning 1-0 in the seventh inning, which is the final inning, because on doubleheader you only play 7 innings. 1-0. Baltimore. Jays got one last go at the plate. They won 11-1. Oh, and a no-hitter. The Baltimore Royals had a no-hitter and are winning 1-0 in the seventh inning. All they got to do is get 3 outs. 1-0. No-hitter. We won. Jays won 11-1. I play for them. I'm wearing the hat. Anyways, amazing. And then Sunday, Jays came out and kicked their ass again. Fabulous stuff. The Jays are on fire. There's no better team in Major League Baseball. Go.
22-7. That's what they won by yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, 22-7.
Yep.
The Jays scored more points than I think. Did I put up the picture? I did. It's right here. I got this. The Jays scored more points than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 fucking teams yesterday in the NFL. Isn't that amazing? Including
what did you think about the Packers last night?
Dude. Rodgers absolutely lambasted in the media today. My God, and it's funny. I'll be truthful. I said a couple of, I think 2 podcasts ago, I said, or live shows ago, we said Rodgers ain't going to mail it in this year. He's going to come out guns a-blazing. He's a better dude than that. He's not going to let his team down. Was I wrong? He looked like he did not want to be there or could care less of how the outcome went. They got absolutely embarrassed by a team. No, I actually didn't.
His press conference after. Shoot, I had it somewhere saved. Oh, he looked like the most horriblest thing on the planet.
Says,
keep going.
The Jays owned Tampa Bay tonight. 8-1, Joe Q Public says, that's amazing. The Jays are on fire. We're going to the playoffs, bro. I've never seen a team that's had more fun and loves each other and supports each other more than maybe even though when the Jays 92-93 series, when they won the back-to-back World Series. Joke, so many great players back then. It looks like the team could go all the way this year. I hate to get ahead of ourselves here and put the cart before the horse, but my God, after what we've all just witnessed, I don't know. And then we dust Tampa Bay tonight, who's top of the league. Not a big deal.
8-1, yeah.
Okay,
that's right. Yep, there it is.
What else?
I'm trying to find Rodgers' press conference from yesterday.
Oh, that's okay. We've been at this long enough. Let's run through some sports real quick. Buffalo blew it. They were up on Pittsburgh most of the game, and then kept Ben out. Roethlisberger's a real deal. He came back and led Steelers to a big win in Buffalo after being down the whole game in Buffalo. Yep. Craziness. Speaking of comebacks, thank Christ for Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. Yep. I told you
that was a good game.
Huge suicide pool. It's like $50,000. Yep. And it would have sucked to lose. I bet Kansas. Okay, Cleveland's pretty good. Baker Mayfield's the real deal, but I didn't see them marching into Kansas City opening day in Kansas and putting up the fight that they did. Good Lord, the Cleveland Browns are the real deal, folks, and you better look out.
There we go.
They really better. Anyways, touch and go the whole entire game. I was freaking out. But my boy Patrick Mahomes, as he does, pulled it out. And so great win by Kansas City. Like I said, my Packers got absolutely embarrassed. And then there's the Carolina Panthers, folks. I'm not sure, even if you didn't watch this game, you probably saw this at some point or another.
Oh, yeah.
Now, yes, that is a ginormous panther sitting on top of the thing, and it's not a statue. And said Panther is down in the middle of the field parading around. This is pregame, getting everybody hyped and fired up. And then the thing, oops, I thought I had 3. Oh, I don't have the third one. Do you have the video of that, Glassy? Because we had
what? Sorry,
you don't have one.
I have the baby. I don't think you sent me that one. Okay, well, you fall through the cracks of the bandwidth of life. You're not sure
running around stadium. It's reading a blog on Blundell because
the cricket
cat, this panther, at the start of the game, and it had visual effects. I don't know how they did it. It's like it looks like a hologram, right? And this cat is ripping around the stadium, jumping up. It rips the flag off of the. It's got the visiting team's flag up, and the panther rips it off the pole, jumps onto the field, looks around with these crazy glowing eyes, and then leaps through the uprights and goes onto the other scoreboard on the other end of the field and just sits there and roars. And it's like one of the coolest goddamn things I've ever seen. Anyways, the Carolina Panthers, kudos to you for doing that. I don't know if you all saw it or what, but it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And you can bet your ass now that because how cool that was, every other team is going to be they gotta up their game to be better than Carolina now after that spectacular. It was visually spectacular. Oh, trying to catch up on comments here. Sorry. Brad says, LOL Wade. Hopefully Glassy gives him. Oh, Glassy. I don't know. I thought I sent you that, but that's okay. It's what I blogged about it. Can you go onto my blog and bring it up real quick and just show the video? Check out my blogs, folks. Shameless plug, deanblundell.com. You can see all Bondzees. I did 2 blogs yesterday. One about the cat falling from the rafters. What a great ending to that story. And then, of course, the panther that I just showed. And also, I wish I could show you the video ripping around the stadium, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So let's get to a couple more scores here. Or not even scores, but just wins, losses. Yeah, every owner is just going to be to their like PR department. They're like, yeah, see that? We need to be bigger and better. Thank you very much. This is it, bro. Sorry. No. What else? Other winners include your Philadelphia Eagles. Bengals won in overtime. Fashionable kicker. First time on the team. First game. Game-winning overtime field goal. Not a bad big goal for that guy. He must be feeling pretty good. Last night and today, right? Who else won? 49ers won. Texans won. Seahawks won. Cardinals won. Chargers won. Dolphins and your Denver Broncos. Tonight's game. That got to be. Is it still on too? We had Vegas at the Raiders in the brand new stadium. And I was just in Vegas a couple months ago. Saw the stadium from the outside, folks. Looks absolutely stunning. I wish I could have seen the game tonight, but had to do this, as me mom says, stupid show. Hamilton released 2 times at center field. Bondzee using a dial-up modem. Yeah, no, I'm using the RV modem because my hotspot had cack on me. It didn't cack. I only get 100 gigabytes, and ever since I've been doing 3 shows a week. And then sometimes 2, 3 shows on Dean's show. In the daytime, it wasn't enough, and we had like 5 days to go, and it cacked. So I apologize. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to be allowed to stay in the country, or I would have bought another one for a month, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be allowed to stay here. So sorry about the connection. It is a bit spotty. My apologies to all you non-loving digital or fuzzy digital screeners out there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's it. I don't know who won the game. Vegas, Baltimore. The stadium looks amazing. Go Raiders. I don't like Baltimore. I don't know why. Go Jays. Keep it up. And I hope they continue to gas. I'm feeling great. It's the first time I've done a show pain-free in 3 weeks. So God bless you all for watching the show. That's it. It's Tripping with Bondzee. www.trippingwithbondzee is coming. I know. It's coming. You're going to get these wonderful, lovely tie-dye t-shirts that are going to be available very, very soon, I promise. And you guys will love them. Everybody wants one. I got to get my fucking tie-dye shirt. And I say, stop yelling at me because you're not my real dad. And then they're like, well, the girl's like, well, Bondzee, I want to look sexy and like in a Bondzee shirt like her. It's coming. It's coming. I promise. Okay. You'll be able to follow my there. We'll have the blogs. We'll have the live shows. We'll have the Bond Cat. To buy merch there. It's all coming soon. Very, very soon. I promise. Huge shout out. Thanks again, folks. Phil Demers, amazing guest. As I'm a man on a mission. Go support a cause. Donate to the sanctuary, will you please? Like, look at that. Look at that. Just love right there. It's his mom. That's that walrus's mom. I know he has a beard, but he's a mom. Okay. Go support the cause. It's an amazing cause. Phil Demers is an amazing man. And also go check out the documentary. 2 of them. The first one was a walrus and a whistleblower. And there's another one that I can't remember because I didn't write it down when he said it because I don't have a pen. Anyways, go check out that. The Walrus and the Whistleblower. It looks fantastic. I will be watching that when I go to bed tonight because it is only 7:04 here in California. Thanks for you guys that stuck around till the very end. You're the greatest. I love each and every one of you. Phil Demers, thank you again, my friend. Go check him out at the Walrus Whisperer on Twitter. Follow the guy. Great content. And of course, all the stuff he said on Bondzee Live tonight on Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network was all allegedly. Thank you very much. We have to say that. It was allegedly. Okay? I don't want to get sued. And I'd say he doesn't either, but I don't think he gives a shit. All right. If you want to intern for Bondzee and do some work and help me out on the show, it'd be greatly appreciated. Hit me up, any social media, or tweet me. And maybe if you're in a radio, TV broadcasting program, you're fresh, you need volunteer hours, hit me up. At bondzelive.com. Email me or find me on social media. That's another Tripping with Bondzee in the books. We are on YouTube, Tripping with Bondzee, Bondzee Live. We're on the Dean Blundell Network. I love it all. I love you. Do me a favor, real quick before you go. Go and eat it. Shakespeare's Fine Dining. One of the greatest steak, lobster experiences you'll have in your life. The service is top notch. It's the greatest restaurant in Hamilton and the Hamilton area, quite frankly. Celebrities come from Toronto when they're there, filming movies, concerts, whatever. They go to Shakespeare's Fine Dining on Main Street in Hamilton. Go check them out. Leo, Christina, his sister, Pete, her husband. Dad's still cooking in the back. I knew him since I was in almost diapers, the whole family. And they're still kicking ass. Go support them, man. It's a tough world out there, especially for restaurants, mom and pop restaurants, you know? Fuck the conglomerates. Go get after it. Oh, Brad Hopper, Ravens up 17-10 in the fourth. Wow, didn't see that coming. Anyways, that's it. That's all. Love you, each and every one of you for watching. We got Chris Legary's watching. Michael Thornton, thanks for tuning in. Carrie LaPuglia, guessing to me. Okay. Jason Entel and your brother Jeremy. Love making fun of you clowns. I know manager Jason was watching tonight, probably in the background. Thank you for everything you do, man. I really, from the bottom of my heart right there. I wouldn't be still here probably doing this if it wasn't for the love that my manager Jason shows me. So God bless you, man. And I'm so happy that you finally, Mr. just bought his own Prevost bus. We'll preview it next show. I promise. Who else is watching? I can say shut up and say goodbye. Jack Reeford, love you, pal. And the rest too. That's it. That's all. It's Monday. Go enjoy the rest of the football game while it's still on. I'll see you Wednesday. Peace and love. Adios. Bye-bye.
Bondzee Live. Bondzee on YouTube.